This is Trend Following Radio, where great thinking comes alive. Nobel Prize winners, legendary traders, best-selling authors, and the pros that know what drive us irrational human beings. I am your host, Michael Covel. Not filtered, raw, honest. That's my passion. I'm not a golfer. I've never put the time in. I've never really played. It's not my thing. And I don't have any great negative thing to say about it. I don't have any great pearl of wisdom to say, oh, golfers equal some kind of country club mentality. Probably a little bit, but I really don't care. That's not my thing. And I don't really watch golf. But I was in the States during the PGA, and I flipped on the last round. The last 9 holes of the last round, just randomly. And I was in awe of this guy that ended up winning, Brooks Koepka. He's won 3 majors in 2 years. He's won 3 of the last 6 majors he's played in. There's only a handful of Americans that have won that many majors by the age of 28. And to pull off 3 in 1 year, basically 3 in like 14 months, that's crazy. And as a casual golf observer, again, I've already laid my disclaimer out, but as a casual golf observer, you could not help but notice this guy Koepka is very different. Built like a linebacker, square jaw, emotionless. Now, I'm sure inside there are some internal struggles, or at least you would think that's how it goes in the last round when you're vying to win your 3rd major in 14 months. But this guy looked like steel. And again, as a casual golf observer, I could see it immediately, and I'm sure you could see it immediately too. Perhaps you followed the guy a lot more than I have. But it was impressive. Tiger Woods is a couple strokes behind you. Everyone wants Tiger to win. Most golfers, most professional golfers, they would fold. They would not have the intestinal fortitude, the mental acuity, the guts, the stamina, the ability to block it all out and just deal with the moment at hand that this guy Koepka was able to do. Absolutely phenomenal. Now, of course, when you see something like this, or at least when a guy like me sees something like this, I'm curious about a little of the backstory. Well, he did happen to go to my alma mater, Florida State, but he wanted to go to Florida. And he was an All-American at Florida State, but he did not get on the highest level team, whatever it is, some All-American team or something. I can't remember the name. Golfers out there would know what this is. So he felt slighted. Here he is in college. He's an All-American at Florida State, but he's already feeling slighted. He's already got the chip on his shoulder. And he did not get his PGA credentials right out of college. He had to go to Europe. He was on a developmental tour many years ago. So while some of the bigger names, his same age, Jordan Spieth, Rory McIlroy, Rory out of Ireland, these guys are winning majors, getting all the accolades, Brooks is essentially freaking out in the wilderness, looking for his tour card. But as I probed to find out more about this guy, it was interesting what he had to say about playing golf outside of the U.S. He said, it was the most fun I've ever had playing golf, about his stint in Europe. He said he was in 21 countries before he was done. The funnest time of his life. He enjoyed it more than playing on the tour right now where he's winning the majors. Now, if I had a chance to interview Brooks, I would be asking him about this very issue because this is telling, especially for someone who has spent a lot of time outside of the U.S. He's giving code. He's saying there's something bigger. He's saying, I've seen more. This is interesting to me. And the U.S. to him feels like a grind. Now, that doesn't mean there's something wrong with the U.S. In general, it doesn't mean there's something wrong or right with Europe or Asia. But he's kind of given the secret decoder ring to the Anthony Bourdain mindset, being wide awake. But I could also see, in going back through this guy's past, the chip on his shoulder. Starting in college, as I mentioned, having to go to Europe to get his tour card. It looks like the guy was not happy about this at all. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but he was definitely using these slights as motivation. So after he won the most recent PGA, he said this, which really caught my eye. I can think of plenty of people along the way telling me I'd be nothing. Working at McDonald's. The whole time you're just trying to prove them wrong. You're always trying to prove somebody wrong. Sometimes your haters, I guess, are your biggest motivators. What a great line. Now, at least to me, that seems like a great line because I can see in that me. I've been motivated by that. People saying, you can't do this. You can't write a book. You can't have a podcast. You have no experience in that. You can't make a film. You can't do these things. You must put your time in. You must bend down. You must kneel down. You must genuflect at the altar of the high priests who are in charge of the system. Now, clearly, this guy, Brooks Koepka, doesn't bow down to the high priest in the golf system. He seems torn. He wants the accolades, but he definitely doesn't want to play by typical golf rules. He wants to do his thing, which apparently is win majors, and that's it. He's not a golf nerd. He doesn't seem to, at least in his public stance, his words, he doesn't seem to enjoy the game, so to speak. It looks like he seriously enjoys being a Terminator, a beast who wins majors. That seems to be his motivation, which gets back to the chip thing, which gets back to when you're on the last 9 of your third possible major win in the last 14 months, and Tiger Woods is chasing you, and the whole damn world wants Tiger to win, and you win. I could care less about Tiger Woods. I mean, Tiger Woods is a Hall of Famer. He deserves all the accolades for every achievement he has had, but he hasn't won a major in 10 years for an assortment of reasons. And for this guy, Brooks, to beat Woods and to do it his way, that's motivating as hell. So I post that quote about Brooks and McDonald's and the motivation and the haters, and someone on my Facebook posts, he says, I never had anyone telling me I'd be nothing when I was playing top amateur golf. Perhaps he has voices in his head. I responded, very, very effective voices. This person responded, whatever it takes for him to get motivated, I guess, but I don't know where this chip on his shoulder comes from. I've known he was a stud for the last 5 years. But for most great golfers, the motivation is simply enjoying the game and continuing to learn, kind of like learning a martial art in my view. Now, I'm not going to say there's any envy or jealous or player hating there in that comment, but he did say he had played Division I golf to me. So obviously he had dreams of getting to the highest level, but he did not. So I responded to his comment there about kind of like learning a martial art, in my view. I said, look, most golfers don't win 3 majors in 2 years, because his comment was most great golfers. And I said, well, hold on. Most great golfers don't win 3 in 2 years. And I said, that doesn't mean his way is the only way. Brooks Koepka's way is the only way, but it's clearly a very effective way for him. It's not also so different than other all-time sports greats having that damn chip on the shoulder. And I pointed out, I said, look, I've read up on the slights as he sees them, and I can put myself in his shoes and I can imagine them. And I can. I'm not a professional golfer, but I can read what Brooks Koepka says about how he came along, and I can get it. I can get why he's motivated. My debate partner on Facebook responded, my worry is that he flames out quickly if this is his motivation. When it comes to golf, the all-time best live to play golf, and you can see how they love it. I'm not sure Brooks has that given his comments. Time will tell. My swing was a lot like his at his age, minus the biceps, LOL, so I'm a fan. Rare to see such calm under pressure that he has displayed this year. Only Tiger has had that in the last 30 years. I responded to him. I said, look, it's all in the eye of the beholder. I'm not a golfer, but it sure is measured in majors. Do you want to win a bunch and burn out and leave as a Hall of Famer? Or win one, play 30 years, and be loved? That can get you to the Hall of Fame too. As an outsider, I like the outsider determination, the Terminator view of Brooks Koepka applied to this very country club sport. And come on, it is a little bit of a country club sport. My friend on Facebook responded, we'll see how it all shakes out. I hope he keeps going. My golf naivete must really be shining through here. Because here's a guy who played Division I golf, and he seems to have a love-hate relationship with Brooks Koepka. Koepka is not playing by the rules. He's not doing it the right way. He's not saying the right things. He's winning the fucking majors, which is the only thing that matters. But he's not playing the game of golf, so to speak. Not the game of golf on the greens, but the fit in and play by the appropriate decorum rules of golf. Koepka clearly doesn't do that. One of the great lines that I caught about this guy before he played his last round, he was in the gym. He bench pressed 225 14 times. If I shake my memory, I actually have a distant memory of bench pressing 225 12 times. That was the most I could ever do. 225 pounds 12 times. I was about 200 pounds at that time. I was a pretty solid guy. But right after that, I pretty much said to myself, what the hell am I training for at age 20 to be this strong, and dialed it all back. But I appreciate that if a professional golfer says, I bench press 225 pounds 14 times before I play the last round, that guy is an ox. He is a very strong man. Just a really interesting, different take on breaking into something, an outsider all the way. And this outsider status, it dovetails with a line that I posted from Alan Watts recently. A free and easy society loves outsiders. It knows that the outsider is doing for us what we haven't got the guts to do for ourselves. I'm not sure I can completely agree with Alan on that. Sure, some outsiders are loved. But usually in modern life, the true outsider that says, I really don't care what you think about me. I don't give a shit. I'm going to do it my way. I'm not bowing down to you. Typically, the people that have to put a uniform on every day, the people that have to worry about whether or not their boss cuts their check, those people can't hide their jealousy, envy, hatred, player hating of the outsider. Yeah, sure, maybe deep down, they really know it's true. They know it's good. But we're in a really weird time these days. We spend way too much time looking for the chinks in the armor of the best, instead of looking at them and saying, what can we all learn? What can we take from their effort that helps us to be better? I mean, I don't think that every golfer should go out and try and bench press 225 pounds 14 times before their last round of a major. I'm sure Koepka is the only guy in the history of golf to do that. And I don't think I'm exaggerating. I can't imagine that anyone else has ever done that. And if you saw the guy on the screen, he is a big man. And look, I'm not trying to say lifting weights is all that. I'm not attempting to even go there. I'm just pointing out that sometimes to break into the club, you sure as hell don't want to listen to the people that are in charge. You just want to get there however you get there. And the extreme focus is the way to get there. Because if you've got the extreme focus, you won't come up with excuses. I don't care what you're doing in your life. I see it all the time in my world. People will come to me and they've got excuses about everything. What the hell does an excuse do? Make you feel better? Do you tell your friends that you came up with excuses? What the hell's the point? Look, we're not all going to be Brooks Koepka. We're all a little different. We all have our thing. But when you spot your thing, you better spend every damn waking moment trying to make it better. Because if you don't, what are you left with? Getting fat? Getting lazy? You only live one time. And guess what? Robin Hanson's book, The Age of M, where they port our minds onto a hard drive, we're not there yet. So we don't get to live forever. So every damn day you need to plug in and decide, I'm going to make something happen. Whether that's in trend following trading, whether that's in golf, whether that's in painting, whether that's making a movie, whether that's writing the next novel, I don't give a damn. But do something. Attach some drive to your effort. Read about a guy like Brooks Koepka and take away from it, damn, that guy motivates me. Not, damn, let me find the holes in his argument. Because there are no holes in his argument. He's 28 years of age and he just won 3 majors in 14 months. There's no holes there. I want to start to add to the end of some of my monologues what I would call my idiocracy moments, the classic Mike Judge film, Idiocracy, which is the current, I guess, when did he make this? 15 years ago? But it is the current revelation, the current understanding of what modern society is. It really is idiocracy. 2 points for you to take away today as I will build the case for this idiocracy that exists. First, so I just found out about this stuff. It's called Huel, Huel, human fuel. Apparently, a good number of alive males out there have given up food. They now drink this shake concoction that I can only assume is made out of chickpeas or something of the sort, a vegan liquid fuel. You literally stop eating food and you drink Huel. Now here's where the idiocracy part comes in. One of the biggest makers or proponents of Huel is called Soylent, as in Soylent Green, the Charleston Heston film, where basically they feed the masses with this food-like product that's made from the people. So here we are today actually selling to the populations something called Huel with a brand name of Soylent. And you just shake your head and you say, you've got to be kidding me. How in the world can anyone who is consuming something called Huel or Soylent as their only food possibly make good decisions in their life? Now, you might be saying, Mike, why are you picking on some silly something another such as this? Because it's motivating. If a significant number of the population is this dumb, my gosh, are the opportunities endless. So if you ever think to yourself, oh my gosh, there's nothing I can do. Everyone's already done it. Jeff Bezos is worth $150 billion. There's no room for me. What are you talking about? A significant number of millennial men are drinking Huel and not eating food. And you're telling me there's no opportunity? Just think about that for a few moments. And lastly, one of the great idiocracy moments that's currently unfolding, Ethereum has gone from a high of $1,338 to somewhere in the 200s. So it's dropped over $1,000. A cryptocurrency of some sort. Now, all of these cryptocurrencies have dropped an absolute bloody fortune over the course of this year. What does it mean? Does that mean cryptocurrencies will not be a big part of our world in the future? Who the hell knows? But I'm a trend following guy. And if a market goes from 1,300 to 300, you got a fucking problem. You got a big problem. You got a problem that says your money is about to go to zero. Now, that's not a prediction that Ethereum is going to go to zero. But 1,300 to 300 is what we might call a warning sign. It's what we might call a white flag moment. It's what we might call, damn, the exit should have happened a long time ago. So as you think about Ethereum doing that big drop, say to yourself, is it hashtag HODL or hashtag bust? Human fuel and Ethereum, two great moments in our modern idiocracy. I see a time when those awake will understand how to make money in up, down, and surprise markets. Whether new trader or experienced, college student or financial advisor, protecting against a crash or just trying to make a lot of money, trend following offers everyone an answer in uncertain times. To get started immediately, send me an email, michael@covel.com. I will send you the right trend following steps to take along with my free video. But if you want to buy and hold, trust the government and trust Wall Street, this is absolutely not for you.